A road trip, heading down the highway, discovering America. Spring is a great time to start an adventure. A 5,000-mile road trip. The Pacific Coast, a stop at the Gulf of America, and then onto the Atlantic Coast. Welcome to Tommy's Holiday, Episode 3, Sedona, Arizona to Fredericksburg, Texas. Sedona was a great time hiking and getting a little snow. It made a fun adventure. Subway Cave was a highlight, as was spotting the javelinas at Fay Canyon. The next 3 days are drive days, with stops along the way in Winslow, Roswell, and finally in Fredericksburg, Texas. A total of 1,050 miles, making miles into memories. Leaving Sedona early morning, heading to Winslow, Arizona, about 85 miles. Traveling north on I-17 through Flagstaff. The landscape is changing to pine trees and snow-covered mountains. Time to get coffee, and there's a bit of snow left in the parking area. I-40 East takes me to Winslow. Founded in 1882 as a railroad city, was named after a prominent railroader of the 1800s, General Edward F. Winslow. Located in Navajo County and at an altitude of 4,880 feet, it sits in the Little Colorado River Valley, with the river running on the east side of the town. Winslow is also on the historic Route 66. Glenn Fry has his own corner for the Eagles song, Take It Easy. A must while passing through Winslow, and stop in the gift shop, of course. Continuing on Interstate 40 East, through the desert, about 58 miles, is the Painted Desert and Petrified Forest. I stop into the Painted Desert Visitor Center. Now starting a talk on the petrified forest and how it was formed.
So why did this place have the largest collection of petrified wood? So that's step number one. The tree has to get buried fast, has to make it so oxygen can't reach it. So that's how you get petrified wood. You're going to notice as you're driving through the park that the landscape is a variety of just layers of sediment, each representing a certain amount of time. And some of the layers, mostly the lighter color layers, you'll see some petrified trees still stuck up in there.
There is a great overlook for the Painted Desert. The color of the desert is due to oxidation, rusting of the iron deposits and other minerals. The Rim Trail, all the way around there and over to the Painted Desert Hotel. A stop at the historic Painted Desert Inn was fabulous. Built in the 1920s and made with petrified wood from the area, the inn is very special. After the building was purchased by the National Park Service, in 1936 it underwent a renovation by the Civilian Conservation Corps and was redesigned in a Pueblo revival style. Back onto I-40 East and driving in High Plains Desert. A bit boring. Then on over the Continental Divide and into Albuquerque, which is the most populous city in New Mexico, with approximately 564,600 residents and at an elevation of 4,900 feet. It was founded in 1706 as an outpost by the Spanish and has a cold, semi-arid climate, best known for the annual International Balloon Festival in October. I have an overnight stay at the KOA and we traveled a total of 353 miles for the day. Getting out of Albuquerque early, a cold morning traveling on I-40, heading to Roswell, New Mexico. to see alien stuff. Snow on the ground is very nice and no delays. Then it's on to Highway 285 south. Roswell was founded in 1871, a cattle town, and in the 1930s was the site of Robert Goddard's early rocket work, but is best known today for the Roswell incident of July 1947. This town has a population of approximately 48,400 residents and is 3,616 feet above sea level, located in the high plains and Chihuahuan Desert. Take a walk around the downtown area for the interesting alien shops and souvenirs. Just take it all in and laugh. A must visit is the International UFO Museum and Research Center. The museum identifies the timeline of the incident and has many exhibits and documents on display. We learn about the close encounters scale, 4 levels to understand. Several UFO incidents to specific people can be studied. So, I must ask, why did they come?
It was July 1945 when the U.S. Army conducted the first detonation of a nuclear weapon at the Trinity site in southeastern New Mexico. This event sent a message to the entire galaxy. You are not alone.
Atmospheric conditions are uncertain. Caution is advised.
Investigation. Experiments. Movies. Alien takeover. An overnight stay in Carlsbad, New Mexico. A 295-mile day's journey. This drive starts early and is about 402 miles to Fredericksburg, Texas. No stops along the way except for gas. Hoping to get there in less than 8 hours. The landscape for a few hundred miles is desert oil fields. Then, some green, and finally, the hill country. I'm staying for 3 nights at the RV park. This is the part of my travels on the road I like to call running on empty. Driving through Arizona, the price per gallon was $3.15 up to $3.49, and New Mexico, $3.09 per gallon. Texas, from $3.09 down to $2.89 per gallon. Here in Fredericksburg for 2 days, Texas Hill Country. Stop in at the Visitor Center. The staff are very nice and helpful. The old historic Main Street is wonderful and full of interesting buildings. A letter from the Alamo during the Texas independence. And a few pubs and wineries. These establishments are unique. I'm a bit tired from the drive, so I try the Frederick's Brewery before bed. This segment of the journey, Sedona, Arizona to Fredericksburg, Texas, was 1,050 miles. Only 3,265 miles to go. There were some great things to see along the way. There is plenty of history to be found in Fredericksburg, and in the next episode I'll be exploring Fredericksburg, including the Pioneer Museum, among other things that are a must-see and do. Then on to South Padre Island for a week of relaxing and having some fun. Thanks for watching Tommy's Holiday.